Hello, welcome back to WinFS Trading YouTube channel, the only channel that has been optimized to make you rich trading the Forex synthetic market. If this is your first time of visiting my YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you get notified each time I upload a new content. Try to like and share to your network so that YouTube will push us to a level of audience. Okay, in today's video I'm gonna show you something that a lot of people who are in trading don't know about, and this has placed them among losers. Okay, really this topic is very great and more advanced than fundamental, because I'll just go straight to the things that really matters here, meaning that it is more advanced than elementary. Okay, so that's good. So we start with the topic name: sources and plans. Sources and plans direction studies using zero differentials in Forex synthetic market. Sources and plans direction studies using zero differentials in Forex synthetic market. So we start by reading this document and then going to the practical application of this on the trading chart. So market movement is multi swings and path events. So they can be modeled with sources and plans and treated using zero differential calculus. This helps to know the absolute but real direction of the market within a given time interval. So the terminology which I'll be treating includes plan. What is a plan? Any two parallel trend line guiding price movement is called plan. There are multiple plans on price chart, each with their unique slopes and gradients. So the slope is the same thing as gradient, so I'm sorry for that. So it's all or gradient. Okay, each slope value is capable to create paths. So if slope exists, it means that there is a straight line, and so a straight line continues indefinitely, so it creates path. The fact is to trade in the direction of the major trending slope. Okay, so every period of time in the market chart, every interval in the chart, there is always season, there is always a direction that is active, there is always a direction that is operational. That's what you should understand. Either you trade that operational part or active part, or you wait for a new part to create so that you can trade the new part. So this is very, very important. So now we have another terminology: source. A source is zero differential point or a turning point from which a path starts. Okay, so if I read all this terminology, I'm going to do some illustrations so that you see this thing in practical form. Okay, so a source is a zero differential point or turning point from which a path starts. Then a sink, this is where a path reverses in direction. So most time a source can be a sink and the sink can be a source. It's not even most time, they are just interchangeable. So you have to understand that. Zero differential, this is zone where the rate of change of price with respect to time vanishes to zero. So most trend line, like unbreakable trend lines, are zero differential elements. Resistance or support are zero differential elements. Turning points are zero differential elements, because the rate of change of price at those regions is actually zero. Then we have zero energy. Outside the plane, when you draw your planes, outside that plane it is considered zero energy region. Outside the plane is considered zero energy region, while inside is called infinite energy zone. Okay, so when you draw plane, within that plane it has a lot of energy, meaning that your stop loss should not be inside the plane if at all you want to succeed, because the price have capability to hit your stop loss because of the energy content of the price function. Okay, that's why here candlestick do not exist in zero energy region, and it is right place to place also. YTP is placed within the infinite energy region. That means within the plane, you can put your take profit within the plane and you are going to succeed doing that. So direction, this is determined by measuring the slope of plane. Okay, direction, this is determined by measuring the slope of plane. Okay, so planes have boundaries. Like a plane is bounded by two straight lines that are parallel. So because planes are parallel, okay, the slope of their boundaries are constant, meaning the slope are the same. The slope of the upper boundary is equal to slope of the lower boundary. Okay, because they are parallel. But when two planes intersect, they intersect at certain angle that is not zero. They intersect at certain angle that is not zero, and at that level, the slope of the plane changes. The slope of one plane is not equal to the slope of the other plane, and they have different polarities. Okay, so if two planes intersect, one might be a bear market plane and the other one will be a bull market. They cannot be the same market, they cannot be the same polarity. Okay, especially if they intersect at angles close to 90 degrees. So you have to take note of these things. Now we have this idea, direction variations. Okay, so direction variation make markets to be seasonal. Okay, direction variation make markets to be seasonal. So we have buy season and sell season. These seasons are strict, that they can be so annoying and lossy if you trade against it. Meaning that when you look on the charts based on the time frame of observation, what you see is not actually what you comprehend. So most time market will be buying, but you want to sell, then you sell. The market is going to be straight and buy against yourself, and most time market will be selling and you want to buy. Market will be buying and you want to sell, and then you go ahead and say the market will buy in a way that will annoy you and you lose more money. So because you are trading against season, you have to understand this. Either you follow the season or you wait for a new season to create. Simple. Okay, now we have internal plane. These are, we need to correct this because we can't use time frame to actually explain this thing. So internal plane, they are also planes inside external plane. So internal planes are planes inside planes. Okay, there are planes inside planes. So internal planes against external planes can be traded with higher proper risk management. So if we have an internal plane that is trading against an external plane, you know that the external plane is like major trend in the market. So if you have internal plane, if you have a trend inside trend, but it's against the major trends, then you have to deploy high risk management in order to avoid losing your money, because you are not trading against the smart money, you are trading against big institutions. Okay, now it can be used for re-entry. Internal planes can be used for re-entry so long it aligns with external plane. So let's talk about external plane. These are higher time frame. Well, I have already said earlier that we cannot use time frame to explain planes. The geometrical stuff that can happen at any kind of time frame. So external planes, this they create a lot of short signals and profit. Simple, they create a lot of short signals. It's not that internal plane doesn't create short signals, but this one creates long-term signal. They create a bigger profit because they create more distances. They follow the main trend in the market. They mostly follow the major trend, as I said, and they create the right entries. Okay, so we have type of plans here. Like apart from internal external plane, we also have another type of plane. We have a line or narrow plane. A line or no narrow plane. Okay, this plane tends to have little or zero separation of height. Okay, it tends to have little or zero separation or height. And if a breakout happened outside this plane, if there is a breakout of this plane, like it's going to be massive, it's going to be instantaneous, and it's going to be massive. Okay, both plane, this plane has height which can be at least 30% of the plane length. So from the origination of the plane or the source of the plane to where it is going to destinate or intersect with another plane, you see that the height of the plane is a constant and is about 30% of the plane length. And because the plane is broad, the output signal, like when there is a breakout, most times the breakout are fake. They are fake out. When there are breakout from this plane, they become a fake out because of the influence of the plane height. If the plane height, if the breakout length is less than the plane height, the breakout is likely going to be a fake out. But if it is greater or equals to the plane height, it's likely going to be a real breakout. Okay, now we'll talk about trend. Every plane represents a trending event. Every plane represents a trending event in the market apart from range state, which apart from range state, when the trend is zero, as slope is zero. So what is slope? When you know the meaning of slope, you will not be able to understand range and trend. A slope is a gradient of a line. A slope is the tangent of an angle a line makes with a horizontal. So if the tangent is zero, then the market is ranging, and if the tangent is not zero, the market is trending. So we talk about resistance and support. Okay, there are zero differentials, resistance and support. There are zero differentials. There are zero differential levels inside the planes. Okay, there are zero differential level inside the planes and outside the plane. So we'll put inside, outside. Okay, outside the plane. Okay, so they are used for entry or re-entry and SL and take profit placements. Okay, in the direction of the external plane or internal plane. Okay, so that's good. They can be used for SL and TP placement, which I have already said. That's cool. Now let's talk about the plane height. Plane height controls the breakout from a plane. Plane height controls the breakout from the plane. A line plane creates sharp breakouts, while broad planes create fake breakouts whenever the breakout length is less than the plane height. Okay, is less than the plane height. So you have to take note of this. We talk about market structure and top-down analysis. So market structure and top-down analysis is needed for this subject to yield to result. You really need to run your top-down analysis, and you really need to understand market structure. So in a simple then, what is market structure? This is critical. So market structure actually defines sources and sink in the chart. Like they define sources and sink, and where the price originates and where it's going to end or destinate. And then top-down analysis is, how the market behave at different time frame, from the highest time frame to the lowest time frame. Okay, including the structures. So we now talk about market cycle completion. Most time you wanna buy, but the market is still selling. So if the cycle has not completed, and most time you wanna sell, the market is still buying because the cycle has not completed. So market cycle completion is necessary for this idea to work. Now, let me give a hint of what market cycle is. It's very necessary. So, what is a cycle in a market? A cycle is when a market creates an impulse, let's say in uptrend, a market creates an impulse and then retraces. Create another impulse. Okay? And then retrace. By so doing, we will say that the market have completed a cycle. What makes it a cycle? Now, how many turning points do you see there? One. We have 1, 2, 3. So this is a 3 turning point. 3 turning points meaning that the cycle is a complete cycle. Now, a cycle is like a circle. If you want to draw a circle, you need 3 points to draw a circle. Like in a Cartesian plane, you need 3 points to draw a circle. So that's why I say this is a cycle. It have run a cycle. So market move in circles. And if it have not completed a cycle, and whether you wanna buy or you sell, you lose money. Because that cycle completion, you definitely trade against it. You must definitely trade against a cycle completion. If it has not completed, no matter how you try, you are trading against it. Okay? Because if you are buying, there is a sell that is active, that you are not aware that this sell has not completed. And so you have to wait for it to complete. So assuming you want to, because for these breakouts to happen here, it shows that this market is buying. So assuming you want to take a buy in this market, what you need to do is you have to wait for this retracement to happen here. That's when it happens, then there's cycle completion, and then you need to see some output signal going up like this, and then you can enter somewhere in between and then continue the move to the upside. That is one of the knowledge you have to get. Okay, one of the knowledge you have to get. Right now, I'm going to run a skeleton of what I have said. I'm going to describe what I have said with drawings, and then we go to chart for further applications and practicals. You see, I'm going to rush this. So let's take any asset. This work for any type of market, whether stock market, whether forex, whether synthetic. So let's take a typical market like gold market, ZAR-USD. So let's take ZAR-USD for instance. But when I go to the MT5, I'm going to consider volatility indices, especially volatility 75. and crash market, especially crash 300 index. Now I can also touch jump indices like jump 75 index, okay, or any jump indices. Right now I'm going to start. So let's assume that we have an arbitrary price movement that is general, like a generalized price movement. So we have a general, both uptrend and downtrend is in this generalized price movement. And so we have price movement that is going like this, okay, and then we have another price movement that is going like this, okay. Now if you look at this price movement, what are the plans of this? What are the sources and what are the plans? So we have A, we have, I'm going to mark some of these points. We have A here, we have B, we have C, we have this, we have D, and so we have E, we have F, we have D. These are sharp points. These are sharp points in the market. These are sharp points. Like these are critical points. These are critical points in the market. These are sharp points in the market. So you can do the same thing in a downtrend. Okay. Now, how do we define plan? Now, if we connect this point, at least we need 3 points to define a plan. But if you can use 3 points to get the first boundary of that plan, is cool. But for a straight line to be valid, it have to be constructed with at least 3 points, not necessarily 2 points, because 2 points may not be able to define the statistical event in the market. So you connect 3 points like this. So this is the first boundary of this plan, and then you get a parallel line to this boundary, and then you connect it to the other parts of the price movement. Even if it touch only 1 point, it's cool, because it's a parallel. It must be parallel. So you draw it. So you have defined the plan. There is no way you will come and be buying at this point, because you know that definitely the market will go back to the lower boundary, and there is no way you will be selling at this point, because you definitely know that the market will go back to the upper boundary. And all these things you need to learn. The same thing you can do in a downtrend. And follow the same principle. Then we have internal plans. There are plans that bound this movement. There are plans that bound this movement. You see, there are plans that bound this movement. All this you need to understand. There are plans that bound this movement. There's plans that bound this movement. You see, there are plans. So I'm going to the chart to start explaining everything. Okay, I'm going to the chart right now. So right here, this is our USD, and we need candlestick to understand what is happening here. So this is daily time frame. Now, because the way this asset is moving is not showing a lot of swing for plain analysis, but we can step down to the 4-hour time frame, and this is 4-hour time frame, and then in this 4-hour time frame, you see that we are doing the plain analysis. What you need is what is current, what you can see right here with your eye, not going back to the past. What you need is what you can see. So I need 3 points to get you must make sure that you get the first boundary of this plan right. So I need 3 points. So I have this point. So I have this point 1, 2, 3, and then I'll draw the straight line. make sure it's touching the swings, those 3 swings, 1, 2, 3. So I will now draw a parallel line to the first line. Remember that 2 lines are parallel. If 2 lines are parallel, then they have the same slope, meaning that they represent the same trend, right? So I'm going to get this. Remember that slope is a measure of trend. So if we have the same slope, they trend in the same direction, meaning that those lines represent the same trend in direction and magnitude. So right here we have this parallel, and then we extend it. Just when you extend it, you are now looking for at least 1 or 2 points. If you get 2 points, it makes sense. Try to get 2 points, because if a line is parallel to a line, then it must have been formed by 2 points. If a straight line is parallel to another straight line, a single point cannot create a straight line. So look for 2 swings that you can connect. Try connect 2 swings. So you can see that we connected this swing here, and then we connected this. And then if you are trying to buy gold here, you will pause. Why will you pause? There is probability that gold will drop from there. But you know what gold did is that gold did not drop from there, because this gradient of this plane is what? Positive. This plane is pointing up, so it has higher probability to go up than to go down. And so this market buy than it will sell, right? So that's why you need to understand the slope of a plane. Very important. So this is what I call plane, right? Now let's consider the source. A plane must have a source. A plane must have a starting point. So if you consider the plane, everything that is inside that plane is created by a source. Okay? Then outside the plane, whatever that is outside the plane is not necessarily connected to the source, because what we need is the energy content of the plane, and where it starts from. Where it starts is the source. So we can say that here is a source for this plane. Okay, this is a source. This can also be considered as a source. So the output of a source that is in the direction of the plane is called the output, like the price movement within the plane that follow the direction of the plane actually are connected to a source, but the one that go against the plane are connected to a sink. Okay, so because this one is within this plane, even though there is a shift, like it left the planes at a point, it still re-enter the plane and come back, we can say that this is a source. So there is a flow, there is a source signal from here that push price and then come back to this level, which creates another source, and then there from this source it creates another signal to reach a sink. What a sink do is that it will absorb energy. You see, these are metaphysical stuff. Before you take action, you have to believe some things for you to take action that will work. Okay, there's no way you can do something that you don't believe. There's no way you will buy when you believe it's not going to buy. There's no way you sell when you believe it's not going to sell. Like if your belief says it's going to buy and you know what you're doing, it's going to buy. If your belief says it's going to sell and you know what you're doing, it's going to sell. So a source generates signal that moves in the direction of the plane, while a sink generates signal that moves against the plane. So that is sources and plane for you. Okay, So what is a path? Because we talk about path, we talk about plane height. Now, what is a path? The distance between a source and a sink is called a path. Now, there are things that happen inside this path that you don't know. Inside a path is not a straight line. Rather, it is made up of many or sub-sinks and sources. It is made up of sub-sinks and sources, like smaller sinks and sources, until they reach where they're going. Market can never move in a straight line. Okay, so those sub-sinks and sources create internal plane, which actually affect your trading psychology. Now, you can see these internal planes are prominent at lower time frame. Okay, but that's cool. Let's go to lower time frame and let's study the internal planes and see why you need to know what it is. Okay, remember, to draw a plane you need at least 4 points. Yes, like you need at least a total of 4 points, because one of the plane must pass two 3 turning points or differential points, and the other one will be a parallel line. Okay, so the other boundary can either be a parallel line or pass through at least, like it should be a parallel line and it should pass through at least 2 points for it to be valid, right? Because they are going to control how the market moves. In fact, a plane is a bounded region that restricts price from going into the zero energy state and keeping price within the infinite energy state, because it is this infinite energy state that keep price do what it does to traders. Like, either you make profit or you lose money. It takes energy to lose money and it takes energy to make profit. So we have to define this in a concept of energy. Okay, right now we have a movement like this. So we have this point and then we have this point. So we have 3 points now. So I'm drawing this plane. So we have this point, and then we have this point. So 3 points, we have drawn this plane. So this is internal plane because it's inside this big plane, right? So, but we have not completed the construction of this plane. So we have to make it parallel, and then we just make sure it passes through 2 points. Make sure it passes through 2 points. Make sure it passes through 2 points. So we have this point and this point. So it has passed. So this is plane. So this is a plane, but this plane is acting upwards, right? So this plane is, even though it's an internal plane and it have an intersection, like it just is internal plane, but it's parallel to the external plane because they have the same slope, they have the same gradient. The slope of this plane is positive and the slope of the external plane, which is this one, is also positive. They are moving in the same direction for that reason, and because of that, if you are trading it, you are going to succeed more than somebody that is trading against it. Meaning that once you understand that this is a plane and this is a buy season, you can just enter buy within this plane so long price have not left this plane, right? So right here, I'm going to draw a counter plane or a plane, an internal plane that moves in opposite direction to the external plane. So we have this. How many points? We need 3 points to get a first event, right? To get a first boundary. So we have how many points? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 points. So we need to draw a parallel one to this. Okay, so you need to draw a parallel. So we are drawing this. We are drawing this. Okay, so make sure it passes through 2 points, because a straight line will only be valid if there is 2 points to create it, right? So 1 point can never create a straight line, lest it will collapse and become a point, right? So here we have this. These are 2 points. So when price stay inside this plane, it creates sells. One thing you should know about plane is that price can shift, like there will be plane like there will be fake breakers or re-breaker of plane. So when breakout happen out of plane, it doesn't mean that the plane is saturated. No, you have to run other analysis to confirm if the breakout is real or not. So we have a breakout from this plane, and immediately we have a re-enter inside the plane. Okay, and also we have another breakout to the downside, and after some time we have a re-enter inside the plane, and then this is a bearish plane trading against a bullish measure plane. So you should not be trading this plane, no matter how it the only way you can trade this plane is if you trade it at a very strong zero differential zone or level, like from the sink. If you can identify the sink, which is here, you can trade it from the sink. You can trade it back to a source. Okay, but if you are trading in between, it's going to be risky. Spike like this can wipe your account, but you don't know how catastrophic it's going to be when you are trading big accounts. Then you will know. So right here we have defined an internal plane that goes against the major plane. So that is what we call counter plane, but it's internal. Now, as a trader, you want to just optimize yourself and time yourself and work hard and be smart enough to catch those moves, those internal planes that are in the, like that in alignment with the measure plane, whose direction is the same with the measure plane. Okay, so that's why if you are smart enough, you're supposed to know that this event that happened here is very close to this boundary. So you can buy here, you can pretty much buy here and hold it long until it touch this plane, so you can take some of your profit. But what will make you to hold this trade is because of the fact that the trend is upwards. The measure plane is positive, is upward, and so you can, when you buy here, you can trade your SL to your entry and hold this trade long and see the market is still flying. And today is Saturday, Forex market close. That's why the price is not changing, but that's good. It's pretty much buying. It's still buying. Okay. This video is taking time, but I'm going to let's consider daily time frame, and let's consider a bearish situation. Maybe yes, we can consider a bearish. Once the plane can be modeled with a trend line, with a 4 point. Okay, so we start with this. Then we need the first boundary. One of the boundary must have 3 points for this straight line. So we have 3 points here. Cool. So here we have to draw another one and then make it parallel to the first one and make sure it passes 2 points. Okay, so now somebody will say, like, if you are using 3 points method to draw a straight line, you are going to miss opportunity. You are not going to catch other moves, something like that. Like, you are going to miss opportunity because you are using 3 points. Okay, the essence of drawing plane is actually to trade the breakout from those planes, because a plane have to saturate for you to actually get a new plane that will pay you. So in other words, in person, it's very hard to actually join a, like, it's very hard to connect with a plane that is already active when you miss it from the source. You see, somebody that have metaphysical mind and follow this plane from the source here, we have no problem holding this trade, like making more profits, because he entered at the source, right? But no matter how ugly it sounds, if you're able to draw the plane correct, there are probabilities that you will still cash points, you will still cash running points, you will still cash swings that are going to create signals, you still cash differential levels that are going to create price. But if in practice we are trying to practice this and we are missing opportunity, then you can use 2 points to draw straight line, meaning that you can draw the first line with 2 points and draw a parallel line and draw the other line as a parallel line to the first one, not necessarily passing through 2 points, but just passing through 1 point. Okay, but for you to get the most accurate result, you have to deploy 4-point system, whereby the first line must pass through 3 points and 5-point system, whereby the first line must pass through 3 points and the parallel line must pass through at least 2 points. Okay, so now this is my 3 points, 1 2 3, so it's right, and then we have this 1 2, that is parallel line, that is 2 points. Now there is no way you will be selling gold, no matter how emotional you are. There's no way you will be selling goods near this lower trend line, because definitely you know it will buy, and that's what happened. Gold bought and they hit the upper boundary. When it hit the upper boundary, it actually break it. So I've said it already, there are plain breakers, some are real, some are fake. You see that it break it, but it's fake. Yes, the reason why it is fake out is because the plane is negatively slopey. The slope of the plane is negative, it's downwards, so that's why it gets fake, because there's no way it will just break and start going up. Okay, so structural analysis very necessary, and maybe I can touch it a little bit in the synthetic market. But you see, based on structural analysis, there is no way gold can buy to bypass this resistance. It's not possible, and that's what happened. And then it starts selling, and definitely it will sell to where? To the lower trend line. So that's what you need to understand. Okay, this topic, even though I say it's a kind of advanced something, it's pretty much a mixture of elementary, because I cannot just explain everything in one video. I've already done the subtopics, but this video is just a kind of mixture of elementary and advanced. So let's go to synthetic and see what is going to happen. So right here we have volatility 75 index. This pretty much can work in any time frame, but the higher the time frame, the better it was. So right here I will be using the 4-hour time frame. Very necessary. I'll be using the 4-hour time frame. So remember, we have type of plane. We have a line plane, a narrow plane, we have a broad plane. So here you have to consider what is happening here. So we have here, you see, we have start from here. We have how many points? 3 points. So most time when you are trying to draw this line, that will be fakers. Don't mind them. It's natural to happen. It's natural to happen. So we have 1, 2, 3. So you can see that this plane is narrow. Like it's narrow because it's not all that good. Let's confirm it's narrow by drawing the other one. So we need to draw the parallel, and then we have these 2 points. So this plane is narrow, like we can say it's narrow because why is narrow is, if you look at it, the height of the plane, the height is close, like it's small. It's small. Most times it's not even easy to draw a narrow plane, but this, I consider this narrow. I consider this once the length of the plane, because the length of this plane is from here to where it ends, somewhere here, okay, about 42,000 pip. Now if you do 42,000 pip divided by 7,000, it's around 6. Now 6 is greater than 3, so this factor 6 is greater than 3, is greater than 2, so it is a narrow plane. But if it is equal to 3 or less than 3, if that ratio is less than 3, that is the ratio of the plane length and over the height. If it's less than 3, then it means that the plane is broad. But if it is greater than 3 or greater than 2 or 3, okay, yeah, greater than, like if it is greater than 3, let's use 3, because I've been saying about 3, in the previous explanation. So let's use 3. If it's greater than 3, then it is narrow. Okay, so that's good. So you see that this plane is positive. Now there is a breakout of this plane. You see the breakout. This breakout that happened from this plane does not mean that it doesn't mean that the price action have left this plane. No, it just create a plane that have the same polarity, that have the same direction. So you can still model another plane. So there are plane intersection, okay, and when such happen, when plane intersect and they have the same direction, then they are the same plane, they are still the same stuff, okay, they are just the same stuff, okay. So that's cool. So if you go to lower time frame, you cannot see the swinging inside this plane. So let's go to 15 minutes time frame. Then you see the internal swing, you now see the internal planes. You can see we have this is an internal plane, and then we have this, okay. So you see that there are some planes that move in opposite direction to the major plane, and you can see this, okay, and those define seasons, and they define seasons in the market, so that if you want to follow the main trend, you are going to wait for the opposite, for the internal swing, for the counter internal swing, those ones acting in opposite direction to the main plane. You wait for them to die off, and then you buy, because the main plane is buying, right? Okay. And this swing and sink will control your take profit and stop loss, as I said. So you want to place your stop loss about the source. So you place your stop loss here, somewhere here. But for you to be safe, your stop loss should be outside the major plane. So you can place it outside here, and then you buy this market, and you take your profit on a sink, which is on the upper boundary. Because if you didn't take that profit, you have wasted your time and energy, because the market is falling, right? So this video is a kind of something that is crucial if you want to go fast as a trader. But I'm going to end this video. Thank you. Make sure you keep subscribing. Make sure you join our VIP. If you want to take your trading to next level, make sure you enroll for our mentorship, and make sure you subscribe for our courses if you really want to go find this kind of stuff. Thank you, and bye for now.